Welcome, everyone, to another session of Flames of the Divine. Talos, would you like to explain what happened last time?
Okay. Well, the team finally made it back to Lundruck after a very long stint in the valley. And while Talos went off to report their findings to their benefactor, Rudy and CeeLo decided to hit up CeeLo's family and just make sure that everything's okay, and which they had a nice little chat with CeeLo's mum. All the while, Gregor and Heaven, who have returned to the company's abode, find themselves in the company of not only Nefaru, who has made it back, but also a druid by the name of... sorry, I can't pronounce her name.
Arathusa.
Arathusa, thank you very much. Who more or less explained what Heaven's dream means and what can be done about it and so on. But yeah, that's generally what happened.
Yeah, that's more or less it. It's
What about the shadow that attacked us?
Yeah, a thief. Yeah, there. Yep, a thief named Cheeky Shadow. A tabaxi thief named Cheeky Shadow did try to steal from you. I'm sure that's not a sign of anything bigger at play, though. Okay, so let's see. Talos, you had just left Hilna's offices. As Rudy and CeeLo, you just finished up the talk with the parents, and Heaven and Gregor, I believe, if you were both going to go try and look for a temple of Vienna, right?
Do you remember? Did we remember to grab the lighters for the others?
I don't know. Did you?
You're the DM. Did they or did they not, Woodward?
I'll say you did. Just just to save time. And I'm asking because would you have taken them with you, or would you have left them for and for the others to look at when they got back?
I was assuming we were gonna bring them to them, considering we left them on the front desk of the house.
Yeah. Heaven, if you're trying to talk, you're muted.
Sorry. But yeah, last I checked, Heaven and Gregor were on their way to deliver Arethusa to the Temple Plaza where there was a garden there.
Okay, in that case, we'll start with you two. So, you both make your way across city. It's about a half hour's walk. It's a pretty big city.
Okay.
So you arrive, and Gregor, you've never seen this before, but basically it's a big ring of buildings around a really large fountain, and the buildings are all temples to a different god.
So what were we doing here again?
We're delivering Arethusa to the gardens of the twins. And then I'm going to see a priest or priestess of Vienna.
I see.
Yeah. So, you find the Garden of the Twins easily enough, that's basically their temple. Instead of a building, it's just a big open-air garden, more or less. And Arthur nods in appreciation, and then just walks into the tree, and just walks into the nearest tree. Just tree strides in. Yeah. So Gregor basically she just like walks over to it and kind of just melds into it.
Huh, interesting.
Heaven looks to Gregor. What are you going to do?
I'm not sure.
I'm guessing you don't need to pray for divine favor of your patron. Or whoever you have.
I'm getting a lot of static.
Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Oh well.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's probably a good. Yeah, I suppose that would be a good call. Especially since I'm still supposed to deliver that map.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, like you were supposed to deliver it to the temple, and both specifically in Pagos, which was the city you started out in, but the temple here would be would be not a terrible place to like give a progress report of sorts. Try and make contact, as it were.
Right.
you go do your thing and I go do mine.
Yeah, alright.
All right, we'll meet back at the entrance once we're done, and then we'll figure out what to do from there.
Yeah. Okay, so Heaven, we're gonna start with you first. You look around and you can't find any Temple of Vienna.
Heaven raises an eyebrow, muttering, "How the hell am I gonna get into contact with one of her priests if there's no temple to her?"
Yeah, like thinking back, like you recall mentioned that the Temple of Vienna in the city was actually closed down due to some kind of magical incident that basically led to them all being kicked out of the city.
I
You don't
Heaven,
remember too well.
Heaven then bonks her head in frustration, like she face palms. Where am I gonna find one of her priests now?
That you do also, but you do remember on your first big adventure on this part, Artie, your trip into the Keshak ruins. You remember, you remember, you remember you actually ran into one of her priests. Like you rescued her from the ruins. And as far as you remember, she was studying the ruins, and as far as you know, remember she was staying there.
Oh, what was her name again?
Martha.
Martha.
Yeah. Let's see where. Yeah. Her.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot she existed.
Understandable.
Heaven wonders, then begins to wonder if Hilna knows where Martha's location is, or if there's any way to contact her.
Mm-mm. and well, Hilno was her previous employer, so it's not impossible.
Heaven sighs before making her way to the entrance. I hope she knows where she is.
Now, okay, so Gregor, shift over to you. Okay, so in contrast to Heaven, you actually find the temple you're looking for quite easily. Savessa, you gather, is a pretty popular god in the city. And it has, and her temple is kind of has pride of place right next to the main temple of the Platinum Dragon. Yeah, it's a really big, fairly magnificent looking temple.
So Gregor enters the temple to.
Yeah. Yeah. So you head into the temple, and it's a pretty busy place. There's a whole bunch of priests and also quite a few artisans just scurrying around, working on various different artworks and sculptures and crafts. I've seen some of the priests are praying at altars, and it's a really busy kind of chaotic place. Yeah.
So do I need it? So do I find a spot to? Do I need to find a spot to pray or?
Well, anywhere in the temple will do, but there's like a few altars. But there's like but like the main altars, like there's a main altar in the middle. There's a few smaller altars and alcoves along the walls. So.
All right, so Gregor heads to the nearest one.
Okay. Yeah, it's it's basically like a little metal sculpture of a dragon holding what looks like almost an 8-pointed star in its hands. Well, it is like, front 4 claws, I guess. What are the front 4 legs? I don't know what they're called in a dragon, but you know what I mean. And so you start praying. What exactly do you say in your prayer?
That I like sort of that I'm still on my path to complete the mission for Savessa, but that I am still taking a detour here because there's a lot of business in Lundruck.
Right, and you actually hear a response from, and you good, you're still here, and you actually hear just very faintly in your head the voice, the voice of Mariel, the angel that contacted you before in your dreams. Okay, you got it. You got what you were sent after.
Yes, I have it.
Okay, good. Thanks for the update. Get it to the Temple of Pagos as soon as you can.
Understood. As soon as our business is done here, I will head to. We'll go straight to Pagos.
Right. And okay, and like, good. And like, as you just break off the content, and you just feel sort of like a rush of warmth in your bones, like almost like you feel like you feel as though you just got a pat on got a metaphorical pat on the back.
Gregor thanks the angel, and begins to make his way out.
Okay. So you make your way. Out, and you meet up with Heaven at the plaza entrance.
Everything go all right on your end?
Unfortunately, there are no priests of Vienna here. They got chased out over some magic incident. And going through my memory, there is only one other person I can think of that might have a connection with Vienna. But she's in the Keshak
ruins.
Keshak ruins.
Yeah, which Gregor, you would know about this. They're basically these ruins of. Basically, they're the crashed ruins of an ancient magical city. About that a few days is north of Lundruck, and they're basically they were this huge megacity that's now just completely in ruins and very, very dangerous because of all the ambient magic that's sort of gone haywire.
That is rather troublesome.
Been there before. Compared to
Could you repeat that? You got a bit cut off there.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've been there before. We've actually had to take care of a job there for Hilna. And I think it was a cakewalk compared to, late on and running through the land of the dead and all that stuff. I mean, I'd still be careful, but
I suppose it would be difficult to shake us after all we've been through.
exactly. But I'm gonna see if Lady Hilna knows has a way to contact. Oh, I just remembered. Rudy has. I think Rudy can send a message to someone. Out of character would have a note that Rudy has sending.
Rudy has mentioned it multiple times, so yes.
Okay. Having grins. If I can convince Rudy to let me send a message to Martha, I can get a response from her. I can get a response from her quickly, since she's met her.
Well, it would be worth a try.
Yeah, and if all goes well, it may save us a trip back to the ruins.
Well, you can probably we can mention it to Rudy after we hand her that letter. One of the letters was for Rudy, right? Am I remembering that right?
Yes. One of them was for Rudy. The other one was for Talos.
Right. So should we start? Going to meet up with the others then?
I haven't been thinking for a moment. I don't think we've ever discussed where we're meeting up.
Yeah, you're right. This is a big city.
I think our best guess would be they'll meet us at the house. I mean, we've traveled a ways and we'll probably need some rest, so she haven't instructed starters. Want to help me get ingredients for dinner? Maybe some cleaning supplies to clean up the place?
Yeah, sure. I mean, something to do.
Right. Maybe I can stop and get some books for Rudy to bribe her with. Heaven thinks that as she walks towards the market.
Okay. And is that a good place to leave off with you two for the moment?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we'll go over to Talos next. So Talos, when last we left off with you, you were just leaving Hilna's office, I believe, actually.
Yes, on my way to meet back up with Rudy and CeeLo.
You just got basically a big chest of 20,000 gold just over one shoulder.
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, who the fuck's dumb enough to mess with him?
And yeah. Okay, so
I'll assure you that I'm pretty dumb and pretty brave at the same time. Two dangerous combinations.
but it's your money.
I'm just saying, if people have my mentality, there'll be more of me in the world.
And
What?
Anyway,
we'll anyway. Okay, so tell us where you headed.
so yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah, this was discussed where everyone was going, so, and Talos, I would hope, has a good memory, so he's going to see if he can't meet up with Rudy and CeeLo at CeeLo's place.
Okay. All right. In that case, Rudy and CeeLo, they just finished the discussion with CeeLo's dad, so
Okay. Well, running across town leaves you winded.
so Rudy and CeeLo, you were, are you? So Rudy and CeeLo, is there after you're done talking to your parents, is there anything else you want to do in your house before heading out?
I'll probably head out afterwards.
Okay, in that case, as you step out, you actually run into Talos, who's holding a really big wooden chest over one shoulder.
You can hear it fast.
Hi, Talos. Sorry. Fuck. I meant, hi, Rudy. Hi, CeeLo.
I can see where your mind goes, Talos. Nice job carrying an entire chest across town. Surprised you didn't get attacked.
They just wanted to show off.
He kind of tilts his head a little bit, and he gestures to as if to say a little bit, wanted to show off a little bit. But yeah, suffice to say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah, suffice to say, after everything that I had to report to Lady Ilna, we got a massive payday.
I see. How much are we talking about here?
In total,
Yeah.
20,000 gold.
Well, you can buy a library at this point, Rudy.
Good, because that is my intention. Did you say 2,000 or 20,000?
20,000.
Okay, and there's
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
I did the math already, I believe.
Yeah, I'm just letting everyone know what they got.
Yeah.
So you all get 40k in your pocket.
4K. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm not handing out 40k at once. Yeah.
Can we head to the library now?
That is the goal. I need to talk to someone there.
Rudy just starts walking.
You don't know where it says. Wait.
I've been there before.
From this part of the town, though? It's been a while.
I have a very good memory.
She does. Stuff I've done when we first met, she remembers real easily.
You wouldn't stop talking. Just walked up to where I was drinking my drink and wouldn't stop talking.
Yeah, but aren't you glad that I didn't stop talking?
Debatable.
He just
That's
grins to Rudy. But yeah, he just grins to Rudy.
All right, let's go then.
Okay, so you're headed over to Thasia's bookstore.
Thasia's bookstore it is.
Right here.
Yep.
And then I need to find Thasia a sheet. There we are. Like as you walk in, it's like ding ding. Ding. Welcome up, Silo. Good to see you.
Thasia, it's good to see you as well. What has anything happened while my absence?
Well, no exciting magic thing, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll insight on that though.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. No exciting magic thing, or at least none that he would have noticed.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is, he's a bookseller. He's not any kind of mage, so
No, I
he
understand.
doesn't know.
Silo sighs a bit disappointingly. So, one more question before we start talking business as usual. Has anyone been asking it for me?
And on. Oddly enough, yes. A bunch of priests came in, and they, and for a moment I was worried you'd been killed or something, but no, they just had questions.
May I ask what they are about?
Just and just what kinds of books you like? Where you, just it's what kind of books you like to look at? Okay, did you bring any other friends in here? Like, they were weird questions, but I couldn't really grasp what they were going for.
I see. That is a bit concerning, but I got an idea now.
Yeah.
Thanks for the information.
Yeah, not in some kind of trouble, are you?
You know me. I would never be in trouble.
So he's gonna roll insight now. Okay, so roll deception. I'm sorry, he rolled a 17.
Of course. I am not good at
Philo.
today.
Philo, have you been spreading blasphemous pamphlets again?
I'm going to place down a large bag of gold and say, I would like to buy one bookstore, please.
It looks around. He actually. How much is this?
How much is it? 4,000 gold.
I'm afraid, I'm afraid it's going to take more than that to buy my bookstore. But if you wish to own a bookstore, a store, or I would advise you, as you find an empty property and open one there.
How much more is it going to cost?
Rudy breathes in deeply.
This is my livelihood. I'm not selling it.
Rudy breathes in deeply and then says, how much for every book in the store?
Thasia, please, just don't mind her for a bit. We'll talk about that afterwards.
Alright.
I know how much his books are. I remember what she priced them at, Corax. Wedwood. They're only like a copper or silver each.
Yeah. Well. Do you want one of every book, or just every book?
Every book.
Rudy, can we be reasonable, please?
I'll What? Hey, where do you want them shipped?
Right here.
The store is my property. But, like, do you have a house? Else you would like them shipped to?
Rudy places down a bag of holding.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to shut up shop until I can get a new shipment of books in, but okay.
I would
Right,
like to buy your next shipment of books.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Look, this man could retire with 4,000 gold.
Yeah, but he's young enough that he doesn't want to. He likes owning a bookstore.
He's about to ban Rudy from buying books.
Okay, so okay, like he's like just goes over and like switches the sign to and to he just puts up a closed for renovation sign. The renovations being literally all his product is gone. Now, I will say the books in his store collectively weigh a lot more than 500 pounds.
I'm sure they don't cost 4,000 gold in total, though. I can get another bag of holding.
Oh no, you can afford them all, but not all of them. But they won't all fit in the bag of
I'll
holding.
just get another bag of holding.
Where are you gonna get another bag of
With
holding?
what money? You just spent all your money on these books.
You said they wouldn't all cost 40k. The 4,000.
4K.
Oh, taken together, okay. I'm gonna say the books all taken together. Like this is a pretty sizable bookstore, so I'm gonna say the books all together costs 1,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how much is a bag of holding? I believe it was 5,000, 500, 700.
Fuck.
The one you were able to find was and was 700. You don't know if another one is for sale in the city.
I am going to look to the guy and say, I will be right back. And then I'm going to head to the magic store, place down my bag of gold, and then say, how many bags of holding can you get me?
Okay, well, this is 3,000. That's 3,000 gold.
Mm-hmm. I want expedited
okay.
shipping.
He look okay. All right.
It's a very interesting.
Give me odds or evens. Again, like he's not a mass production guy. He sells antiques. So give me
Evens.
like, yeah. Okay. Odds or evens. That's a 1. So I'm afraid I don't have any right now.
Very well. Rudy takes her gold and leaves the store, and she heads back to the bookstore. Then, let me actually check I have the right spell. 1 second. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, like I'll let you say you just have it prepared because like I have a feeling you would have gone in planning for all this.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use... Now, this is up to you, Corax, but I think it'd be really funny. Can I use a spell slot? You
Yeah,
can
like
yes or no on this, but can I use a spell slot to empower Mage Hand to create multiple hands and carry the rest of the books out.
This. Okay, so first off, like it can be done. Whatever you're doing here is going to be, or it's probably going to take quite a few trips.
That's fine by me.
Because, like, yeah, you're talking hundreds of books. Like, you're talking there's like hundreds of books here you're dealing with.
That's fine. So it
Tell
can
us,
be
you got a
done.
big chest.
Yeah. So where exactly are you headed? Like, I assume you're actually going to finally make use of the house on Crimson Realm.
Oh no, of course not. I'm going to
Oh.
I'm going to set them all in the garden. Actually, I'm going to set them all in the garden. I'm going to buy a wagon.
Okay, that is something you could quite easily afford.
And if they won't all fit in one wagon, I'll grab another wagon. And then I'll grab some horses for the wagons.
Is this like a caravan? You're gonna buy a caravan?
If I have to
One
just to
moment while I look up how
transport the
much horse
books.
costs. 5e horse.
I think we just found Rudy unhinged.
You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be 2 wagons and 4 horses altogether.
Mm-hmm. Can I afford it?
Let's see. Well, the horse cost is 75 gold, so 4 horses is 300.
Okay.
You still got 3,000 gold, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, 2,700 now.
We haven't bought the horses yet. We gotta see the figures first.
And the wagons, I believe they're 50 gold, but I could be wrong.
Caravans or wagons?
Whatever will carry the books.
A wagon is 35 gold, so that's another 70.
Okay.
What a caravan?
Okay.
Just fit all the books in one.
You're gonna need like a steady supply of feeds and saddlebags and stuff.
Yes.
If I imagine.
Yes.
Or you know, she has one really strong friend.
Regardless, cost of the feed?
5 copper per day. So we'll say you set out. I mean, if this is going to be a long-term thing, then let's say you set aside like 100 gold for that.
Sure.
Yeah. And then, okay. So I'm going to say these are. Okay, so I'm going to say these are riding horses. So.
As long as they can pull the wagon. Also, I'm gonna hire hire someone to paint the wagons red.
That'll cost like a gold, I'll say.
I'm disgusted.
Once that's all done and all the books are in the wagons, I'm going to say to CeeLo and Telos, okay, I'm done.
We'll be in the process of doing that. Steele
Yeah.
looks at the book because this is going to take a while. Do you still got that book, by the way?
I have, and don't worry, it's not on any of my stock.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I've been keeping that one safe. Well,
There's a small glint in Rudy's eyes when she hears all this.
no, that one's not for sale. I'm keeping this one. I kept that one safe for CeeLo.
CeeLo?
I need it. That's the only book I need.
Can I still read it?
I don't know if you can read it. I think it's actually impossible for you to read.
Can I at
But you
least?
can try if you want.
Then that is fine.
Yeah. Okay, so you go back and find the book, and you open and like he like sort of like pulls out his keys and like just heads into one of the back rooms and actually pulls it out of a safe.
You have greater security.
He looks in the direction of where Rudy is standing. Your friend is insane.
Well, at least you can have a vacation for a few weeks.
Yeah.
She doesn't plan on stealing those books, by the way. I hope you know that.
Then what? Then why did she ask for multiple copies of the same book?
She wants to make a point.
Well, her point is
Rudy-
made then.
Talos just looks at him and he says, Rudy loves books.
I love books too. That's why I got into this line of work.
No, you don't understand. And he just leans in. She loves books.
So I gathered.
I was hoping to buy her some as a thank you, but she already did it.
He's he's looking more than a little shell shocked by everything that just happened.
Look on the bright side, my good man. You're a lot wealthier now.
Yeah.
Not every day you get to close shop because you're out of stock.
I suppose that's true.
Now, let's see the book in question.
Okay. And he guides you over to a table and just opens it up. And now that you actually kind of recognize the language. You open it up, and it's all a bunch of scrambled letters. It's still requires a cipher. You can't be sure or what the cipher. You can't be sure or what it is, but you do see that the letters are all in Sylvan.
Huh. I thought you can read Sylvan.
Oh no. Well, I can, but well, I don't know the code word for the cipher.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, which
For now-
is also with Shiloh is also a problem that you have.
Yeah. You haven't made any progress then, I see.
None. Which it probably means the word is very obscure.
She takes a deep breath and thinks on Artune and see if she has any comments on this. This is the book, right?
It is, and the cipher. Well, yes, and I see it's still working as intended. So the cipher is my name spelled in the language it's written in. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Now, point of note: you don't know how to spell Artune's name in Sylvan.
Even though I know the name, even though I know the language of Sylvan.
And yes, but you only know how her name. You only know how her name is spelled in common. Like Sylvan has a different alphabet, is a thing.
Okay. For now, Cielo looks to her friend. If I may ask, can I have this book now?
And you may.
I appreciate it. And Cielo reaches for the book and gently picks it up.
It actually feels a little bit warm in your hand.
The book that started it all, in a way.
Yeah.
Well, I have to go soon. That's only a small stop, I'm sorry, but I have to head out again.
No, that's fine. I'm going to be heading out too. Let me I think I'll go traveling. Like, looks at the big bag of money that's still sitting on his front desk. Yeah,
Be
take a
careful
nice,
of robbers.
yeah, a nice little vacation. Well, I wait for my stock to build back up.
Very well. I know you've always been a cautious sort. Try not to spend it all in one place, then.
Of course.
Did I pray for your safe return?
Indeed. Yeah. Uh, by the way, Rudy, I assume you want the wagons to be protected from the elements.
Of course.
Why I said caravans.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just in. I need these books.
The mindset of books.
God, like, I mean, I did not anticipate this at all. This should make things interesting.
I'm surprised you were. I'm disappointed you were not anticipating this to a degree.
No, I was anticipate. I knew she wanted the bookstore, or I was anticipate or a library. I was anticipating her like using some of the Crimson Row House to open it. I didn't think she'd just buy a caravan.
No, she's stubborn. When she says she doesn't want to live here, she's not living here.
Yeah. So I gathered. So, after that's all done, where do you head?
She would wave goodbye to her friend and gives him a soft hug before walking out.
And Thesia hugs you back and then heads up to pack.
Well, for now, I think that concludes our business for today, don't you think? She looks at Talos and Rudy.
I am content for now.
Your hunger will only continue on.
There are only so many books in a city.
And once she has all those books, she'll move on to the next city and buy all of those books.
She's a book mosquito.
Well, you should open up a library one day, Rudy.
One day. And I will be sure to leave a sign saying it is cultist free.
Should stick that on the forbid. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll ask you a favor later on, but for now, can't wait to see that dream.
Yes.
Oh. Well, anyways, let's see. I'm sure Kevin and Gregor will be just about done with their thing, so shall we head back to the house and wait for them?
Sure. I do got one more inquiry to make in the city. DM, is there a artificer shop here?
An artificer shop?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, there is. Let me pull out the stuff for that.
This is a long shop, but it'd be amazing if we had it.
I knew this would likely be a shopping episode. Do not worry.
Okay. Well, after the money you gave us, yeah, kind of guarantees it.
Yeah. Okay. That's where's the list of his wares? Here we go. All right. So, you eventually make your way to it. It's and it's around here-ish.
Okay.
So, yes, and you walk into a shop and you hear bang, oh, and you hear a loud bang, as in like, oh, oh, okay. So that way didn't work. Let's try this way next. And like you see like a slight, like you see over in the back, like there's a slightly smoking like bottle of something that apparently didn't quite work. And standing up from it is this gentleman, and a somewhat elderly harpy man. I mean, not harpy, siren. Yeah, a somewhat elderly siren male.
Okay. Sheila walks inside as she looks around the sounds, and she blinks and looks at the man with a wave.
Hello. How may I help you?
I've never been to this kind of shop, but I heard legends that items can be magic items can be forged here. Is that correct? Is that what artificers normally do?
Well, that is one way to make. Well, that is one. That is one way to make magic items. Yes, of course. Yes, it is not the only way, but well, in my totally unbiased, of course, opinion, I'm sure it is the best way.
Of course, of course. Say, do you have a list of wares or something? I know this isn't a
Well,
per se store, but
well, here is a list of the things I can make quickly. If you want anything more custom, then then that will take me some time.
that's very fair.
Yeah, and here is what he has. Basically, here's his base. And here's basically his base list.
It's a finding path, master work fire. Shot, repulsion ship. Wow. Oh wow, okay. So these are basically these are basically artificer. That's definitely true.
Yep.
What's the master work fire?
These are his basic wear. These are his basic wares. Basically, this is where you get at +1 muskets and flintlock pistols.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I don't believe anyone and in this party has any colors to use.
Yeah. No proficiencies in masterwork firearms. Boost the winding path is always fun, but I just never found it useful since I'm using bonus actions anyway. Yeah. Alrighty. I like the list, but none of these I can really use or my team can use per se yet. Is there what is a queue time for a certain item in particular, if I may ask?
Right. Business has not been the swiftest lately. Nothing really happened, just a bit of a downturn. And for something more custom, I can have something to you within a week.
Are you able to? Actually, no, that can work just fine.
Yeah. Okay. And one moment while I pull up their full infusion list.
Sure.
Yeah.
Rudy, I'm gonna need that bag of holding.
It's full.
You don't have books in that bag of holding, Rudy. I know you.
It's full.
Rudy.
I mean it. She put as many books as she can into the bag of holding, and the rest are on the wagon.
You can put it back on the wagon, though.
Let's see.
What do you need it for?
I'm about to find out in a minute.
Yeah. Okay, so you know where to find where to find like the infusion list, right?
Yeah.
Can I assume you're looking at it right now?
I'm assuming that's not what I should be doing. I can look it up. Like it takes me like 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, I mean, then
I know almost all the items off the top of my head. Yes, I've been looking over it several times.
Then what is it then what in particular are you after here?
I'm actually not looking for anything that's on an infusion list. I'm hoping to see if I can make something that's not on the infusion list.
Well,
I'm trying to make it Sealy, so I'm gonna paint you what I'm looking for, okay? Because Sealy wouldn't know what this item would be.
oh, very well. And yeah, like if it's any, like, by the way, if it's any kind of magic weapon, if it's any kind of magic weapons and if it's any certain magic weapon and armor, which probably not for you, but just anyway, like there may be a better alternative soon enough. But for now, just like what exactly? Okay, out of character, what exactly are you trying to get here?
Some kind of pocket dimension ability, like item that be able to store items into it besides the bag and holding, like a bigger version of that, like a Leon's time kinda, but
A
portable.
stronger bag, a bigger bag of holding.
Like
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
You're after a portable hole.
Yeah.
Okay. One moment while I okay.
No particular reason, just just to have. Nice.
No particular reason, of course.
Let's just say hope is gonna make a good sacrifice.
Oh. Well, that something like that. It's now he would assume that you're using it for the intended purpose. It is now as I should say. So bearing that in mind, oh, something of that nature would take me a great deal of time. But there is something else available, a smaller version of it, in of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a type of haversack. Yeah. It's smaller than what you're looking for, but well, if a bag of holding is not what you want, then a certain handy haversack is an alternative. Yeah, and it would be faster, or yeah, like I could make what you're looking for, but that would likely take me a period of months.
I see.
Yeah, like because something of that scale, yeah, that is an undertaking.
Well, I did ask, and I was just placed my curiosity.
Yeah.
And do you already have this haversack made?
And I don't have one made, but I could have one made a far more quickly. 2 weeks, I think.
Very well. I'll leave a pet of mine to come collect it in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I expect this little fairy dragon to come. For now, however,
How precious.
how much?
He seemed funny when he said.
Mm-hmm. How much are we talking about for payment, though? And what kind of payment plans do you offer?
Something like, well, this would, like, also, he's gonna. So, by the way, are you trying to hide what, like, he has some, he rolled an insight and he now has some suspicion. He now might have some suspicion as to what you intend.
Oh, what I attend, Silo doesn't know anything. Like, she doesn't even know about the item in particular. This is pure. Like, originally, the reason I even bought this up is to make more space for Rudy's books.
Oh,
so she wants a bigger bag of holdings. That's her. Yeah.
Like, okay, because like if you just want, I mean, honestly, just a bag of holding would honestly be a lot faster from this guy, I should say, and give you more space. Because
Yeah, I'm looking at the book, the haversack, and I might just take the bag of holding.
yeah, and I'm
And it'll be less painful.
pretty sure. Yeah. Like, yes, yeah. If you want a standard bag of holding, that'll be 2 weeks. It is honestly the simplest of the bunch.
2 weeks.
Is
All right,
Rudy
how much for a bag of holding?
That
What
would
was
be
that,
and
Go.
okay, that will require and that would require a sum of 500.
Okay.
is Rudy there?
You followed
Uh,
her. Do your artificer go? Yeah, you will be there.
All right.
Yeah.
Rudy is going to place a hand on Singular's shoulder and then say, "Thank you." And then Rudy is going to place down 2,500 gold.
I'm not. Oh, that's very generous of you. I'm not going to be able to make all of them at once. You understand? Like each one of them is going to take about 2 weeks.
Is there any way I can make you make them faster?
Uh. And well, I'm afraid motivation isn't the issue. Like magic of this sort, like I would maybe if I suppose I could perhaps take an apprentice. I could perhaps hire some help. Have more than one man at the same time, but you can have them done quickly, or you can have them done right.
Rudy, I understand you want to buy a bunch of bag of holding. Glad I offered that ability for you to do that.
You cut
but-
out.
I said I'm glad that you have a bunch of bag of holding. Gosh, my mic.
Speak slowly.
Okay. Rudy, I'm glad you have a bunch of ways to get a bag of holding, but I don't think you can rush a man on this. We have a way to get the items pretty easily. I promise you that.
What do you mean by get the items?
Well, Rudy, I'm gonna pretend that's
No,
icy just because
That's out of character because I don't understand what you mean.
I can have Hope retrieve the items and just teleport it back towards me. when
Oh,
the 2
you
weeks
mean
are up.
you mean when you mean the bags of holding when they're finished? I was like, items.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to ask because I thought you meant like items to make them, which was why I got
No, no, no.
confused. Okay,
I got you.
now that I know that,
Yeah,
I
like-
can actually answer.
Okay.
Rudy will give a nod and leave the gold on the counter and then say, "Okay."
Thank you. If any of you want anything else, please do look around. You are the best patron I've had in months.
There is a. I am looking around a little bit more off your list here, and that was mainly for my friend, of course.
Thank you.
I actually do want to ask you one question before, well, Sealer continues her perusing.
Yes.
Talos whips out the giant crossbow. Sorry, the giant bow he has on his back, and he says, "So about infusing this thing."
And oh, that's a very large bow.
I'm a very large man. What can I say?
Indeed, indeed. So, what exactly do you want on it?
Well, as it currently stands, I'm thinking maybe something along the lines that it gives a little bit of extra, well, not so much damage, because, well, if you take a look at the arrows, he pulls out one of the arrows. It's well, as you described it, it's basically like a spear.
Wait,
This,
wait, those are arrows? I I mistook them from I mistook them for javelins.
Oh no, these are arrows.
Ugh.
Custom made by another shop in town.
Yes, I recognize Shauna's work. Good woman. And that business part that dwarf business partner of hers is a bit abrasive, but
They seem to get along well enough.
they bicker like siblings. Let me tell you.
So before I start, well, sharing my ideas of what to infuse with it, can you quickly take a look at it to see if it's innately magical or is it just giant?
Yes. And yeah, I can indeed. And like he, and like, and he actually like lay it on that table over there, please.
Talos does just that.
Yeah. And he and and well, what did okay, so and what what he does is he just like sort of pulls out just a really fancy pair of spectacles that just have runes all over them. It's like one of those fancy Ben Franklin things. They have like the extra lenses that you can just sort of click into place. You know the ones.
Sure, yeah.
And he just looks over it and interesting. Yeah, it's definitely magic in some way, but the magic seems dormant almost. This must be a very old item.
Dormant, I thought so.
Yeah, usually that means it's gone a very long time without being used for its intended purpose.
Well, considering my own ways of fighting, I suppose that doesn't help. So what you're saying is the more I will begin to use this, the more its innate magical properties will begin to surface.
Yes, and yes, of course, well, simply using it in combat might be enough. Like it might be little bit by bit, or could be you have to use it on something in particular. Like there's no way of knowing until you use it, or it's unless well, very extensive research is done.
Well, better trial by fire, I say.
Yes. That being said, something did occur to me.
Oh.
Hand me there's something I wish to try. Hand me one of the arrows you use.
Talos just looks to Cielo and Rudy and he says, "Please pardon the tangent." He whips out one of the arrows.
Yeah. Now, this is where it being now out of character. This is where it be it being big enough. This is where the arrow being big enough to be considered a javelin plays to your advantage, because it can be used as a javelin, which means it has the thrown property. He is willing to imbue it as a return. He is willing to imbue one of your an arrow with the returning weapon property.
Better to have it, I suppose.
Yeah. Very well. This too. Okay. This I can have done in a matter of hours.
By all means, my good man.
Yeah. Okay. So, and well, as I said, this is going to take a few hours. So, if you want to go out and run any errands, like this would be a good time.
I still have my bit.
Ah,
Go for it.
well, by all means. And then he like just places aces the big arrow down next to him. And what can I do for you?
Are you able to add like I'm seeing your fusions? All of them have some of them. I see a spell storing ring, for example. Are you able to put a spell in an item for me, like the ring?
Uh, and, okay, so you want him to store one of his spells in one of your items?
Yes.
I guess. I only have a few actual spells to my name, I'm afraid.
All right.
Okay, so he has detect magic, identify, cure wounds, sanctuary, shield, and thunderwave.
Oh, he's doesn't have a lot of second level spells.
He's like he can make the higher level stuff because he's got like his workshop up and everything. And like he's been working on it for years, but as far as actual combat, he's like a pretty low level artificer.
Okay.
Yeah,
That doesn't help me a lot. I need second
his
level.
options would be like if he tried to infuse stuff in the field, his options would be a lot more limited. For example.
Yeah. All right. That actually would answer my question. I think I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember what level they get that feature, so I'm just gonna, and I can't quite remember what level he is either, so I'm just gonna say he has that ability.
Well, they get that at level 11.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
He's level 4 at the highest.
Yeah, I getcha. It's okay. Yeah, I think that's all I really care for at the moment, so I'm gonna hold off on this right now. Whatever pops up.
Yeah.
All right.
Very well then.
Thank you, though. Sheila just smiles as she walks off.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Hope to see you again.
All right, Rudy. So I'll communicate with Hope in 2 weeks' time. And we'll have to leave him in the city, though.
Okay.
And he can just hold the bag of holdings, and we'll just teleport him over here.
Do you want anything in return for this?
I didn't pay for the bag of holdings. She shrugs.
No, but you were doing delivery.
Hmm.
And I appreciate that. Therefore, I wish to provide something in return.
Sheila closes her eyes in thought, and then she simply shrugs back. Probably a good relationship. Merchants have to keep their contacts well.
That will be difficult. I don't know if we... That will be difficult. I am known for having terrible relationships.
You're a bit abrasive, I agree with that.
But if you ever require anything in return, I shall provide it.
I'll think on it for now. I don't know much of the world yet, so I don't know what I really want.
There is a cat just wandering by while they're having this conversation.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
It's okay. I've been looking at the sky for the longest time. So, for now, I'll stay back down to the earth. I haven't seen much yet.
Very well.
I'll let you know, though.
She'll nod.
And with that, Seal will head back to the house to rest up.
Yeah. Okay. Hey. So I assume you both head back to the house too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though Rudy won't go in, she just sits outside with her books.
Reading them one at a time.
Okay. Like, hey, yeah, fine. Yeah, so you get more than a few you get more than a few people who are kind of annoyed with you for just parking parking your little caravan and sort of at the roadside, because those two cars take up a lot of space.
Oh, Seal, it did dawn on Seal. Oh, there is a favor you can do for me. I'm sure you'd be more than happy to do so.
You cut out again, I'm sorry.
I said, oh, there is a favor you can actually do for me. And I'm sure you'd be more than happy to do.
Yes,
I'll need you to read a book for me.
very well. I'm sure that will be very difficult for me.
I hope you can do your best. And then she would just like smile at that and walk.
E.
I will say just right quick, as Talus is heading inside Eve's smiles to her and he says, I'm glad you found a friend in her.
Who? Towards me or...
Towards Rudy.
Rudy will just glance over and then say, well, she's not a cultist, so there's that.
True, very true. Well, all the same. You see any more of those Leon and romance books or whatever the hell they are you let me know, yeah?
I've got 3.
Oh, do you mind if I take one?
It's a series. Rudy will hand him the books.
Thank you. These are honestly a really fun read. Just seeing the insanity.
Rudy will not.
And Talus will go back in and wait for the other two.
Yeah. Speaking of which, so I guess you two would. So yeah, Gregor and Heaven. I suppose you two would be walking up at this point.
We're still shopping.
Oh, okay. For what?
Who's shuffling?
It was Sealer. They've muted. You can go now.
Okay. But yeah, while they're off doing their Rudy's insane shopping spree, Heaven and Gregor are checking out the marketplace. Haven't managed to sell her crossbow, but for some reason she can't figure out where to sell her crossbow bolt. And she,
I mean, there really isn't anywhere. They're ordinary bolts.
she just like puts them just like makes it part of a set with the crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's really gonna buy. No one's really gonna buy those separately.
Yeah. But Heaven's also on another mission, which is to find a bag of holding of her own, because with the gold she is overcumbered.
Well, you don't actually have the gold yet because you haven't met up with the others.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say we haven't actually received the gold yet.
Oh. Well, never mind then. But still, Heaven is looking for a bag of holding for her own, not knowing the shenanigans that was happening.
Okay. Roll. Roll. Oh, also looking at the thing. Yeah, and yeah, you find rope quite easily. Mark off like a silver for that.
What?
You made the remark in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. As for bag of holding, go ahead and roll investigation just to see if you can find anywhere selling it. It's going to be like a DC 20 because it's a very no.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Like specific magic items tend to be hard to find.
other than Evan grumbles about not finding a bag of holding, and she goes and purchases some groceries with Gregor.
Anything in particular?
Um, just basically she buys random produce, some meat, spices, and bread.
Okay. All very important.
She's basically getting all the basic food groups.
We're gonna set up a nice hearty dinner for everybody.
Well, we have been traveling for a while, so that should be something we should look forward to. Yeah. Though I should warn you, I only know how to cook normal, ordinary adventurer cuisine and the cuisine from my homeland.
I mean, should I don't see a problem with that.
There's no Eye of Newt or anything in there, if that's what you're worried about.
Good to know.
And then why you're stuttering? Give me a second.
You're static. You're white noising out.
Okay, fixed it. But anyway, yeah, Heaven notices that Gregor was stuttering and gives him a raised eyebrow. Are you saying I can't cook?
That was the stuttering wasn't supposed to be in character. It was just it was more like just a chuckle.
Oh, oh, I thought it was something else. Aside from the groceries, Heaven also goes to the bookstore, but she's like shocked to find it completely emptied. What happened here? Did this place get robbed?
Yeah, there's no one. You just see the sign closed for renovations.
Well, I'd say look for any other bookstore in the city, but we gotta get this food back before it spoils.
Yeah. I hope Rudy won't be too upset about the bookstore being closed.
I was hoping to buy her a bribe from the bookstore. In case I can't.
I mean, if it's really important, I'm sure she'll happily use that spell for you.
I don't know. I feel like I should offer a sacrifice or something to her in order for me to have her cast sending.
Well, I guess we'll just have to cross that bridge when we get to it.
And I'm pretty sure at this point we made it back to the house.
Right. So, yeah, upon approaching Crimson Road, you see 2 wagons sitting outside your house, freshly painted red, and Rudy sitting next to them with a mountain of books.
Did we get invaded by book gypsies?
That explains the bookstore. But where'd you get? How did you get all the? Have, what did Rudy do?
Heaven immediately looks to CeeLo and Talos if they can find them.
We are not outside.
Okay, so
Oh shit!
Heaven goes inside, and who is the first person she sees?
Probably Talos, since he wouldn't be too far from the door in case something happens to Rudy, or if Heaven or Gregor come back. You see him sitting at the dining room table reading another one of those weird Conan Leonin books.
What?
Did Rudy rob a bookstore?
No, she basically bought the whole thing out.
That's why we couldn't. That's why it was closed. Damn
Yep.
it!
Oh yeah, by the way, you both get 4,000 gold.
Having grown sin, I can't carry all that. At least not until I can find a bag of holding somewhere.
Well, we always travel with a. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll have to put some of it in a jar until it's needed, or until I find a bag.
Say, Talos, do you know of any places around here that sell bags of holding?
One place CeeLo has making 5 bags of holding, but they're going to take a while, and they're gonna need to be delivered, so gonna have to sit on that one for a bit.
Are they all for her?
I believe they're for Rudy, so she can bring around her books.
Heaven sighs. I'll see if I can find a clean jar. She then hands Talos the groceries. Get this into the kitchen. I'll make something in a bit. I just gotta process things and
Fair
find
enough.
a jar.
So since you
need
two are, go ahead.
Oh, and I need Rudy to send a message to Matha back in the ruins.
Talos looks her up. Go ahead.
I need to speak with the priest of Vienna, but they don't have any here in Lundruk.
Well, go and ask Rudy then.
What if she asks for something? As you can see, Heaven and Rudy don't exactly have the most connected of relationships.
So if she asks for something, just do your best to get it for her. Not really that difficult.
Trying to hold eye twitch, Heaven calls out to Rudy. Hey Rudy, you mind sending a message to Matha for me? Via sending?
There's a moment where you're not sure that Rudy heard, but then eventually there's the sound of footsteps, and Rudy stands in the doorway and just says, she doesn't step into the house, she just stands by the doorway. And she says, sure, what do you want her to say?
Tell her that Heaven needs a priest of Vienna to speak about events relating to a vision she's been having, and to reply to her or send a priest to her as soon as possible.
That's too many words. Say it in 25 words or less.
Oh, shoot. I thought Okay, how about this? Heaven requests a priest of Vienna regarding vision. Send immediately.
Alright, Rudy will send that off. Do I get a response?
And you hear, "Oh, hey, it's you guys. How you been? I mean, bit of a lull here. I can, or I can come by now. I can head, and I can head over. Well, in the immediate future. Where are you at?
Rudy will respond with, I bought a bookstore. We're at that house the city forced us to take
Lundruck.
in Lundruck. See you soon.
What? Okay, great.
They are on their way. And with that, Rudy
Breathes a sigh of relief.
turns. And with that, Rudy turns around and goes back to her books.
Heaven breathes a sigh of relief.
See, I told you it'd be fine.
I guess the only conversation I can deal now is dinner, which is fine by me. That's one weight off my chest.
You both forgot about the letters, didn't you?
Oh!
I was
Yeah.
gonna bring it up later.
By the way, you and Rudy got letters, Talos.
I got a letter?
I don't live here, so I didn't get any letters.
You did though.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Heaven
anyway,
taps,
let's.
Heaven taps Gregory Sugar. You hand her letter. I'll hand her Talos. Then I'll head to the kitchen.
All right then. Gregor goes outside to give Rudy the her letter and just says, "This letter is addressed to you. Just give it a read when you get the chance."
You see Rudy glance to the letter, and then she takes it and tears it in two, and then hands it back. Okay, I've read it.
I was gonna say you recognize Korax's handwriting, but okay.
Meanwhile, Heaven hands Talos his letter before heading off to the kitchen.
Alrighty. Talos opens his up and reads it.
Yeah, tell us yours is quite short.
Timing.
Yeah.
Talos reads it and he thinks, I wonder if it's about its innate, about its latent magical properties.
Gregor walks back in at this point and says holds up the two halves of the letter to Talos. So she tore it up like immediately.
Seal walked down from upstairs, hearing the discussions. What's going on?
Oh, well, Rudy got a letter. She tore it in half. I got a letter from the person who made my arrows, and she says she found out something about my bow. Probably about the whole magical property thing.
Yeah.
Seal looks to Talos and his letter, then looks to the torn in half letter.
Okay, do you read it?
I just take the letters and just read them, try to put them together.
Okay, so by the way, Rudy, did you point of order, did you actually read yours, or did you just like take one look and tear it in half?
Rudy didn't even take one look. She didn't look at who wrote it. She didn't look at who it was addressed to. She just tore it up.
All right. So, CeeLo, you read it?
Yeah, I remember this conversation before and I had with her, so she would be interested in it.
Why don't you read it out, Corax?
Very well. Dear Rudian, you gave us all quite a scare when you just vanished from your room one night. I took a leave of absence to try and find and rescue you, but for months I did not find you, only rumors of cultists that disturbed me more and more as time went on. I imagine you must be insufferably pleased now that cultists have finally actually shown up after an entire century of your absurd conspiracy theories. Jokes aside, I subsequently learned that you had escaped them and were traveling in the company of a Leonin warrior. I got somewhat sidetracked from that point, don't ask. But my task eventually led me to Lundruck. Imagine my surprise when I found you and your friend hailed as heroes. An entire catacomb's worth of undead during a black sun, no less. You do our house proud, sister. Home is as it has always been. Harari still revels in causing scandals, entertaining as always, and Ajin continues to bring shame to our family with his every action, not entertaining in the least. We're still not sure how anyone snuck in to kidnap you, but you may rest assured that the chief of security that night found himself out of a job very swiftly. I probably won't be in the city when you get here. My companions and I have business in the forest to the north, and then we'll be back to the Dominion to do some research. That said, I am glad to know you're safe and would very much appreciate it if you could contact me at the first opportunity. The rumors are reassuring, but I would like to see it firsthand. Also, I should like to know more about this cult that kidnapped you. Who they are, what they're after, what their weaknesses would be, where their leadership is located, and what they like to drink. Any scum daring to strike at House LSA cannot be suffered to live. I know you don't like to contact people, especially members of your own family, so allow me to sweeten the pot. We recently went exploring in Keshak ruins, and we found a mostly intact library filled with still legible ancient books. Don't run when I want to talk to you, and the location is yours. Your loving sibling, Corax.
Sybil lets out a small, somewhat disappointing breath as she folds the letter back and pockets it. She then walks outside, not really looking to Rudy, and looks out to the cityscape. Or the riverside, I guess. You know who the letter's from, don't you?
I don't, but knowing won't make it any easier.
Why don't you try to talk to him? You have the ability to do so now.
Because there is only one way that someone could have gotten into that house. There is only one person that knows the passcode. I do not know if he told anyone else, but I do not trust them. I can't trust them.
Honeyed words always taste as sweet, but in the end, there's always an intent behind them. I agree with you on that.
Reading it would only make it harder, what I have to do. It doesn't matter who it's from. It doesn't matter what they say. I'm not going back home. Not until I finish what I set out to do.
And what else did you set out to do, Rudy?
To find a place that is free of cultists.
I don't believe you'll ever find that in the end.
Then I will never go home.
I understand your decision.
She nods.
Though, I will say this. Your past may catch up to you. What will you do then?
Keep moving forward.
I read an ill fate for you, Rudy.
My fate has been destined for a long time. I do not care. I will do things my way.
Can you write Sylvan?
Let me double check. I can't, but I do have comprehend languages. Let me just check something.
Do not think that will help in this scenario.
Yeah,
I need someone
nah.
who's more native. Yeah.
Nah, I can't.
That's
I
fine.
can't write in languages. I can only read them.
Yeah. Alrighty.
And like again, like being able to write in Sylvan, like that's not that won't necessarily help because again, it doesn't like what you're going for. It doesn't help that this is gonna be tricky to find because most of the people in this city have never even heard of our tune.
Yeah, I'm more on the who knows Sylvan and who knows our tune, so I only got one other person I can think of that Scylla would even know. And that's just kind of hard. Very well, Rudy. I'll show you the book later on. It's not safe in the streets.
Very well.
Until we'll head back inside. She looks over to the group of people, seeing their usual activities if they're doing anything right at the moment. Then she glances to Heaven, who hopefully is still in the kitchen.
Yeah, she's already put the gold in a jar and hid it by this point, so she's just cooking right now.
Heaven, if I
Hmm?
may ask you something.
Of course.
Do you know how to write Sylvan?
Heaven shakes her head. I'm sorry. I only know common and primordial.
Hey,
So hold on. I wonder. Give me a second. I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it'll work.
I figured someone from that area would know how to write our tune's name in Sylvan. That's why I give it a shot.
and you're
I got it. I got it. And it will work. And it can work.
No, comprehend languages only allows you to read. It doesn't allow you to write.
Oh, I thought.
yeah.
Otherwise, I would have done that. Because Rudy
No,
also knows comprehend languages.
Yeah, I thought. I got mixed up. I thought.
You're fine.
Ceylon wanted something read, not written.
Nope, I just need written.
That
Right.
being said, Heaven, you do know someone who does know Sylvan because in who also knows about our tune. The same woman you wrote your mentor, the same woman you wrote a letter to not so very long ago.
I did write a letter to the madam back home. She knows Sylvan.
She's a changeling. She's a fae.
Yeah, I say that to CeeLo.
Sia closes her eyes and for a moment. All right. Now I'll have to do.
So I guess we both have reasons to go to Rosa Patianos.
I have a feeling I had to go there for a while, though. I kind of dread the trip to a degree.
Yes. Oh, that reminds me. I was able to get at least some of my dream translated.
Yeah.
That dream druid I wrote to. She she was here when Gregor and I arrived, and she took a look. And apparently, I was experiencing a vision all this time, and the vision, it's saying that what's happening in Rosapatianos is magic related. Meaning it's not meaning the drought isn't a natural drought. Someone or something is deliberately drying us out.
Strange. I thought it was because our tune's power has left the area.
I I'm not sure, but the druid did say that suggests that I speak with a priest of Artune, not Artune, Vierna, in order to comprehend the full vision. Because there's some parts I'm suspicious of, and parts I still don't understand.
Nothing can be for certain with the knowledge we have right now.
Yeah, although Martha did say she'll be here in a few days.
I don't know if I can stay that long. That's my only issue. I'm being followed by priest, and I can't stay in this town.
We can,
Uh,
well, we can disguise you, or we can send Talos to tear them limb from limb.
And then we're causing war in my city, and
It doesn't have to be inside the city. Just take them out to the woods and deal with them there.
I will not stay in the city. But
Heavens.
you guys can. I'll be leaving in the morning, and I'll be just around the city walls.
Well, let us know when you're if you're okay. Okay.
I'll leave Hope here. He can communicate for me.
All right. At least have some dinner before you go hide outside in the city. I'm working on one of my favorite meals from home.
I'll like to try it.
Evan smiles warmly at CeeLo. Thank you, CeeLo. And we'll figure this out.
Of course. It's just time is not on our side. At least not on my side for the city. I'd rather not cause any disturbances, especially with priests that have influencing power. It would tarnish my family's name.
We should probably not speak about my passenger then.
I'm on friendly terms with him.
What?
I'm on friendly terms with him.
So if I were to ask for a solution from him, would you consider it?
I would consider it, yes.
Okay. Evan is like blinking in surprise. Okay then.
I'm not too sure how to say this, so yeah, I'm like, just can't.
I can ask tonight once we go to sleep if he has any ideas on how to deal with your situation.
As Stila says, sure, she is shaking her head, visibly.
Heaven understands, um, and just shrugs his shoulders like, I don't know. I mean, it could be something that we can figure out ourselves too. We might be overthinking it.
It's a simple solution so far. It just takes a little bit of risk, but the risk is always worth the reward in the end. And the reward is everyone's safety.
That's true.
It's just you gotta view and weigh your actions, and the action of me staying in the city is posing a risk. If that makes sense.
You don't want anyone that you care about getting hurt because you're being chased. I understand.
And at the same time, I want to be chased, so it's a hard thing to balance. Let's talk. Let's not talk about this right now. You got dinner to make, right? I'm looking forward to
Yes, actually, I think the lentil soup is about done.
it. Alrighty.
Can you go and tell the others to get ready for dinner while I finish up?
Hand me 2 bowls, and I'll give one to Rudy. I know she won't want to be inside.
Heaven puts together a bowl of lentil soup and a plate that has hawashi on it, and some hummus and some pita chips on it. Make sure she gets a full meal.
And I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
I mean, while you're heading out, tell the others. Let the others know dinner's ready.
Of course. And she walks out and motions to Talos and Gregor. Food's ready. Go and eat.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much. And Talos begins eating.
I haven't even set the table yet.
There's a time for a set table.
Talos' mindset is the correct mindset. CeeLo would step outside in the steps and set a plate for Rudy.
Rudy will look up and then say, "You're heading out of the city, aren't you?"
Yeah.
"I'm coming with you."
You don't need to.
"I'm not letting you do this alone."
Someone has to stay here, Rudy.
"They're staying here."
I made some troublesome friends.
"I won't interfere. I'm just going to make sure you aren't captured or worse."
They can use someone to talk to them.
Rudy nods.
Enjoy the food, though. Evan worked really hard on it.
"I will."
And then she stands up and heads back inside and goes to the others. Alrighty, who's ready to eat?
Sounds wonderful.
CeeLo glares to Talos.
Hmm?
Talos, you didn't wait for me.
Oh, sorry. I was kind of hungry.
Shit, you almost ate all your food.
There's plenty. There's plenty for seconds. Don't worry.
Alright, well, let's eat for tonight.
Question: what would Rudy do if it rains?
Caravan.
Yeah, she planned ahead.
Yep. Plus, she also has a tiny hut.
Caravan for the bucks, tiny hut for herself. That's that's how I see it anyway.
Well, as it happens, it does not rain that night. Is there anything quick that anyone else wants to do?
I'll give a performance. A small little dance to motion to Heaven to follow with me on it.
All right.
Do you want me to play or dance?
What do you feel like comfortable with, Heaven?
I'm fine with anything.
All right. Do a music dance. Or,
Could,
a music play.
Okay.
Maybe Gregor could tag along with his lute.
Okay.
All three of you roll performance.
I'm using my nat 20.
Okay.
I have to use it for something before it's the day end.
Right. So, Gregor's. So, so Gregor's lute playing it's competent. Like, it's clear that he hasn't really like done it intensely in some time, but like it's competent. CeeLo and Heaven both get really into the dancing to the point that it turns into a dance off after a while. That CeeLo ultimately wins.
And I'm the dancer.
I have a 20, free 20, and I'm going to use it.
The goddess of fate has decreed that CeeLo win this.
It's true.
Heaven gives CeeLo a cheeky grin. You and I are having a rematch.
Very well.
So, by the way, what kinds of dancing are you both doing?
Heaven's doing like her traditional belly dancing, but she does freestyle too. Just to kick things up a bit.
She looks like doing a mixture of like a bar dance with more like an elegance to it.
Okay. You have no idea how you have no idea how much I was hoping you would say you were flossing.
I'm not. She's not that much of a shit poster.
I don't believe you, but okay.
How dare?
You think too low of CeeLo.
No, I just know Neku well.
I'm kind of hurt by this.
But yeah, Talos just smiles and enjoys the performance, happy that everyone is, despite everything that's happened, everyone is having a good time.
Yeah. Right. So, right. So I think we cut away from that little dance off, and I think that's a good place to call it for tonight.
Alrighty.
Or for this morning, as it is for some of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
So yeah.
You have fun?